We're pros if nothing
as
else.
they say. We're one-take masters.
Yeah, we are. All right, Mubby, go ahead. Hello, friends, fellow artists, and Art League family. This is William McMahon. I'm here on behalf of Art League Online. Today I'm going to be doing a demonstration on how to draw a general generic human head from straight on. Hope you enjoy the video. So with every person, when I'm doing a portrait drawing from observation, I'm going to be very, very, very observant of the shape of their head, the little subtle shifts and planes, what makes a specific person, the shape of their head, distinctive. I'm going to be very observant towards that. And really my goal when I'm doing a portrait drawing from observation is to achieve likeness without having to render any of the facial features. That's my goal with every portrait drawing. However, this piece, again, is a continuation of the series of general generic techniques for drawing a person, a portrait. So I'm just kind of starting off with a sort of an upside down egg shape is how I like to think about it. And you'll observe that I'm holding my mark making tool close to the base. That's to help facilitate light, loose, long, searching marks. And again, in general, when we're doing drawings from observation, this is the most important part of your drawing is getting the shape of the head placed on your page in an accurate manner. So don't rush through this. And if you're doing a general generic study like I'm doing, take your time in this state as well and try to achieve symmetry. I'm drawing from straight on. Take a moment. Being able to render forms like this in a symmetrical manner can be more difficult than one may think. Next, I'm going to block in the shape of a neck. My anatomy teacher in grad school, Bonnie Skolarski, she advocated for us conceptualizing necks as being cylinders that would fit into a flattened out diamond-shaped collarbone or clavicle. You see here, I'm drawing right through the neck, light, loose marks. We keep things light so that we can manipulate them. We want to get information down on the page that we can then check and respond to. Once I have this base down, I'm going to establish my vertical axis. The vertical axis is the center of the face vertically. And for this drawing, since it's straight on, it's just going to be right in the middle. But if I had a head tilted at an angle, the vertical axis on a portrait like this is going to be more important and more informative to get that center down in an accurate manner. Here, just to establish symmetry. Next, I'm going to find my horizontal axis, and I think of the horizontal axis as being the center of the eyes. And so generally, generically, that's going to be halfway up the face, but with every person, it's going to vary a little bit. And then based on the way your head is tilted, for here, we're just drawing straight on, flush, portrait. Then to establish generally, generically where the nose will exist and the mouth will exist, I'm going to divide the face in half again twice. So here to here, here to here. And again, because this is so general, people say, oh, William, where is this? Is this the bottom of the nose or the middle of the ball of the nose? Just think of it as a general placement for the ball of the nose. It can be a little higher, a little bit lower, around the bottom, because there's just so much variation. This is, again, halfway is going to be about where the opening of the mouth is, generally, generically. Just a way to get rough proportions down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create what I call the mask. Eye sockets, mixture of a sphere or a circle and a square for an eye socket here, eye socket here. Whenever you're drawing things in twos like eye sockets or eyes or ears, if you can see both of them, try to kind of bounce between the two, do them at the same time to help with uniformity and consistency. Now I'm going to place the brow ridge. I'm going to pinch in for the edge of the eye socket, which is very thin. And then I'm going to roll back out for my cheekbones. Upper outer eye socket, if you angle up and out from there. Now I've established, again, what I call the mask. And if we think of the human head as being more of a rectangle than upside down egg shape, the temporal ridge to the brow ridge to the outer eye socket to the cheekbone, that's going to establish one plane. One plane is going to be the face, another plane the other side. And the final plane will be the back of the head. Now, I get in the habit of putting in full spheres for the eyeballs. I want everyone to be practicing circles for a number of reasons. I'm going to go ahead and establish my light source in the upper left. I'm going to use that to give me a guide for how I'm going to build the bridge of the nose. Nostril, nostril. We want to think about the human head as being shapes fitting into shapes. Soft sphere for the forehead, soft sphere for the cheekbone, soft sphere for the cheekbone, full sphere for the eyeballs, sphere for the ball of the nose, semicircles for the nostrils. This is called the muzzle. This shape from the edge of the nostril around the mouth. And that is a shape, and that's even more important to conceptualize when you're doing drawings like this, from an angle, that this is a shape with volume and mass. And then we think of the chin as being sort of like a oval or a lemon lime. We practice drawing still life, learn how to draw a lime with how shadows and highlights are created on that line based off light source. Then we apply those principles when we're drawing a chin. I'm going to build a little bit more bone structure to the jaw. I'm just trying to draw an androgynous figure as well. There's sort of generic differences that are minimal between male and female facial structure, and there's exceptions on either side all over the place. Now, with the lips, we think about upper lip, 3 muscles, lower lip, 2, dipping underneath the philtrum, dipping underneath the philtrum again, lower lip, flatter and fuller, usually, 2 muscles, 1, 2, 3, upper lip, 1, 2, for the lower lip. Now we think about eyebrows will rest on the brow ridge. The shape of one's eyebrows is very important to be observant of, the angle, the thickness, etc. when one is drawing from observation, trying to achieve likeness. We think of ears originating around the middle of the eye, going up, generally generically, to the eyebrow and down to the bottom of the nose. Ear flap, earbud, ear flap, earbud halfway up. And as I discussed in a previous ear demo, I'm going to use 3 arcs to show the cartilage of the ear. So now I have my general shapes laid out. I think about my light source. I think about planes. This plane is going to be in shadow as it's furthest away from the light source. So everything beyond that plane is in shadow. You're going to have a kind of triangular shadow coming from the jaw and chin across the neck. And then we just think about this plane is going to be light. This is going to be a mixture of values. What's protruding out the nose, deepest part of the human face, upper inner eye socket, nostril, nostril, nose protruding off the face. So I'm going to throw a cast shadow underneath the nose. As I was advocating for in a previous demonstration, get in the habit of thinking upper lip dark, lower lip light. That's going to always be the case if light is coming from above, which 99% of the time it is. Cast shadow from the lower lip. We shade the chin as if it was a lemon or a lime, darker. This nostril is going to be in shadow as well because the ball of the nose is protruding off the face. Shade this as if it was a sphere. Both eye sockets are recessed. So this is our kind of general shadow shape map. Then we start nuancing and observing, having soft transitions, pushing our values in our deeper areas, like upper inner eye socket underneath the nose. And we keep progressing the drawing as a whole, bouncing around, doing soft transitions, going through, getting rid of these lines that show us the structure and replacing them with soft transitional values. Always being mindful of direction of lines as well, how we can use that to inform the viewer. Also, let's be aware of our edges. I'm going to go darker on the edge opposite light source. I'm going to go thicker and darker. Edges are an opportunity to show light source and texture. And Seneko, I hope you're watching this video because we have been talking about that for years. I miss everyone with Art League. We all miss Seneko. Rio and I are doing our best to put out some great videos for you guys. Much appreciation to Sean and Autrell for what they're doing to help with this project. Carol, thank you. Please feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, questions. Please consider subscribing to our channel, Art League Online. We're doing our best to provide some informative content for you all and to try to stay connected. Really appreciate the support and hope you all enjoyed the demo. Thank you all so much for checking out the first part of how to draw a human head from straight on in a general generic manner. Please consider subscribing to our channel, Art League Online. Rio and Scott and I are really working hard to try to bring you guys some really strong content. Keep drawing this week.